episode might be a little bit different than my usual. As Christians, we face the hard task of not supporting sin and yet still loving the sinner. And a lot of times we're placed in hard situations where somebody asks us, well, am I going to hell, or does that mean God hates me? And we have to be very careful how we respond, because we want to show love to the sinner without support to the sin. God's really been dealing with me a lot lately about this, and my pastor even preached a message to our congregation, and he preached the message the night after I'd had a dream that I was speaking to a prominently, a well-known person who supports sin, who openly sins and does so without repentance. And in my dream, this person was asking me bluntly, is this a sin? And in my mind, I'm like, I don't really know how to respond to this, because it is a sin. The Bible is very clear about it. But on the other hand, I don't want to push this person away from God, because I feel like they were setting me up, because they've set up other Christians with the same question. So in my mind, I'm like, they're setting me up to criticize me as a Christian. And so in my dream, I gave a response. And so I'm going to tell you the response that I gave. So in my dream, I responded with a story. The story is, there was a man who had a son. And the son committed a crime, a heinous crime. He was arrested, and he was put into prison. You had multiple people reacting to this same man. So you have ones who are sending him letters that are supporting him, that are telling him that he's brave for what he's doing, that he is paving a new road, that he is breaking barriers, and that what he has done is not wrong, and he should be applauded for his crime. Then you had those who were sending him hate letters, telling him how horrible he was for what he had done, telling him, that he was going to hell, and all of these things, criticizing him and alienating him from humanity. Then you have his father. And his father was the only one who went and visited him in prison. And he would go every day to visit his son. As often as they would let him, he would be at the prison visiting his son. Finally, some reporters asked the father one day when he was leaving the prison, how can you visit your son when he's been accused of these awful crimes? Do you not believe them to be true? Or do you support them? Those are the options the reporters gave the man. The man said neither. I go to visit my son because regardless of anything that he's done or been accused of doing, it does not diminish my love. I go to remind him of who he is and who he was created to be. I go to remind him that my love is strong enough to wash away what he has done and to make him a new creature. And as I responded in my dream, with that story, it resonated with me. Because isn't that what Jesus did when he was on the earth? He was criticized. The Pharisees were even said, why is he eating with these publicans and these sinners? Doesn't he know what kind of people they are? They criticized Jesus when the woman washed his feet. They said if he knew what kind of woman she was, he wouldn't let her touch him. And Jesus responded, I'm not sent to the whole, but I'm sent to the sick, because it's those who need the physician. And time after time again, he went out of his way to go after the one that others were turning away from because of who they were and because of what they'd done. He didn't support what they had done. He never said, I agree with what you were doing. When he met the woman at the well, he didn't say, I agree with the fact that you've been divorced 5 times and that you're living with a man you're not married to. He never said that. He never told her that she was going to hell and she was a sinner. Instead, he just showed her love and let his love do the convicting. She knew what she had done was wrong, and he just let that love guide her and pull her back to him. And in doing so, he won a whole city. He started a revival in a whole city because he showed love when others would have told him to avoid her, to condemn her. Jesus said, I came not into the world to condemn the world, but that the world might be saved through him. So shouldn't we do the same? No, we don't support the sin. But instead of responding so quickly with, yeah, that's a sin and you're going to hell, what if we respond first with love? Let them see the love of Jesus first, and let his loving kindness lead them to repentance. And let them know that there is a pathway back to God, that what they've done is not so great that they cannot have a relationship with Jesus, that there is enough power in his blood for them to be forgiven. How about we show them the road paved with love first, before we ever try to correct any wrongs that they were doing? Because honestly, we were all a mess when Jesus found us. And if it wouldn't have been for someone showing us the love of Jesus before they condemned us for our wrongs, we would never have started our walk with Christ.